We have a problem. We have too many plants. This is the absolute busiest time of year for us because everything needs to get done yesterday. And that means we can't get it all done today.
I would like to quickly interject. Technically, everything had to be done 2 weeks ago.
This is when I start complaining about being Canadian, because my issue is the weather. Right now, we are inside our outbuilding. It's filled to the brim with plants because we are still freezing overnight. And if it's freezing overnight, our greenhouses do not work. I'm not exaggerating to say that we are filled to the brim. There is no more space. Our hallway is even filled, which would be fine if it wasn't for the fact that my bathroom, also filled with plants, is actually filled with plants that need to get potted up. And when I pot up these plants, 1 tray of this turns into 4 trays of this. But I pulled out my weather app, checking it obsessively on the phone, and it looks like this week is the week. We're finally gonna be warm enough that all of this can get moved out to our unheated greenhouse, and that means everything in that bathroom needs to get potted up, and I need to start everything for the farm. I need to start all of my cut flowers that get done ahead of time. It is go time for potting up and seed starting. There's a lot of work to get done this week.
What are you doing?
Normally, I break up big chunks of dirt before putting them in the bucket, but you didn't do that. We had lots of people ask when we did the video about how to make the paper pots. We'll tap that. About what we do when we go to pot up the paper pots. So the paper pots, they have like a little bump in there and they can fall apart a little bit before you get them finalized and completed. So what I do is I fill it up with some dirt, then I tap it to try to make sure that there's no indents, get a nice smooth side. And then I take something, I'm using this jar that's smaller than the pot, just because my fists were getting sore. And then I tamp the dirt down. Because what you want to do is you want to make sure that the dirt is hard, right? Like that, basically you're making a soil block in the paper pot, right? It's the firmness of the dirt. The dirt being hard, it's gonna wick the moisture up into the plants, and it's gonna keep everything together even when the paper starts to break down. And then take a plant, fill in all around. And then yet again, you want to tamp down, right? So you want to press down the dirt on the sides. You want to make sure that all the dirt in there is nice and firm. And then done. Get it into a tray. Times 1 million. We've started with the potting up. This is the last of my hot peppers that I have to do. And then I have like the sweet peppers. I've done a couple trays of the tomatoes, but this is a massive job. I did the count and I think I have 19 trays of tomatoes and I think I've done 2. And to get one of these is about a half an hour of work. So that's 2 hours per tray. So that means I got, 34 hours left on the tomatoes without then adding in all the extra stuff. So this is like a good week of work and I have a lot of other stuff to get done too. So I'm, the race is on, but I'm hoping that by the time this does get done, the weather will be way better and then I'm less stressed about the fact that I don't have anywhere to put everything. Once the weather gets better, then the workflow gets easier. But until then, it's a struggle. It's a struggle to know what to do. It's a struggle to know what is the thing that needs to have the highest priority.
I know the question that you're all asking, where is Ian? What is Ian doing while Serina is potting up? And my job, as usual, is to take charge and make some space. So, I'm just trying to keep ahead of Serina and just organize all that stuff that, nobody ever notices, that just keeps the farm flowing so that she can focus on potting up.
Ian actually has a very, very, very important job that he should be working on this week, but we won't put it in this video, and that is he needs to start converting the trailer that we bought into a walk-in cooler because we really need that for May 1st. And it's, in the same way that the seedlings are crunch time for me now, Ian's getting into the crunch time for getting that walk-in cooler in time for when food is being produced on the farm.
The walk-in cooler will be delivered as promised May 1st, 2022. close them up for the night. Like every other night. You already knew what I was doing.
Progress being made. We've gotten our soil blocks outside. We're starting to move things out tomorrow. Things are getting potted up. The sun is going down. It's bedtime for the kids, which means time to get a little bit more nighttime work done. My dahlias are too big. They're getting too leggy. So I'm doing some dahlia cuttings. I snipped off some long pieces and then I clean the leaves off of the stem and then I sink it down into the potting soil. And then I'm gonna go put these on my heat mat. And then the hope is that they root and then these can get planted out and they grow into a full plant that produces a tuber.
That's both ambitious and optimistic of you.
Well, you have proof that it's doable. The kids broke off, they were running around, they broke off one of the stems on the dahlias, and so I popped it into some dirt last week.
No, that was Bo.
Was it Bo?
Yeah, it was Bo.
Okay. But look at this. Roots. It's rooted already. So.
That was quick.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easier than I thought it would be. Easier than overwintering tubers, that's
Well,
for sure.
you know, maybe by the end of this video, we'll have roots on all of those.
I don't think so. That is too ambitious.
Just say yes, and then people will watch to the end.
Maybe you'll just have to stay tuned to find out.
That's what I want. So how late are you gonna work out here tonight?
Well, it's not late right now.
It's like 10:30.
My Ready for Betty alarm hasn't gone off, so it's not 10:40 yet.
Oh. It was like 10:30.
Maybe 10:30. I'm getting nervous about how many people have signed up for our seedling sale. I made one Facebook ad and I got 250 emails in like 2 days. So now I'm like, maybe I don't have enough. So I really want to get a few more things seeded onto the heat mat in the room. And then if I completely sell out, I have something coming. You know, I don't have to do anything with what I seed right now because it's, I don't know, what's the date today? Like mid-April?
Yeah, mid-April.
So, you know, best case scenario, I'd be potting them up beginning of May. But that means that if we sold out by mid-May and we wanted to keep having tomatoes until the end of May, that they'd be available for me. Or worst case scenario, you know, I just give them away.
You saying it up, Patty? She's in some water. What's that? The Ready for Betty alarm.
It's Ready for Betty. This is my aspirational alarm for when I should ideally be trying to go to bed in order to be able to wake up for 7:30. But, you know, I also could just sleep in and stay up late. So the reason why I'm thinking I should start more tomatoes is when I went and I watered in here tonight, there's so much empty space on these racks. Look, this heat mat only has one thing. The bottom shelves empty, space up under my super bright lights. So
yeah, there's some prime real estate.
Yeah, there's some really good real estate in here that feels like it should be getting filled up. So I was inspired. I was inspired by all this space. You know, gotta milk every last drop out of growing seedlings in the renoed bathroom that I'm not allowed to grow seedlings in. Buddy. Okay, so here's the idea on how to do the cuttings. Like this one has like so many, I might as well just take some off, so I'm just gonna grab it and I'm gonna break it off at the bottom. Okay, the next thing we do is we make a hole for being able to cram our little pieces in. And then I'm gonna pop it in. And then I'm just gonna close it up a bit. I'm not a pro. So this isn't a YouTube video, but apparently it works pretty good. So sometimes you can listen to what they say in YouTube videos, but we'll see. I might, yeah. I think it'll be fun. I didn't label any of these, so obviously very low level of commitment.
Bo, are you in bed?
No, he's alive. That's the cat highway. There's like 4 inches of walkway back there for me to cliff hang. Yeah. When I need to water the far side.
Okay, well, I'm going inside.
Okay. I'll be up at some point. It feels kind of crazy to say this, but the farm is almost filled. I have it seeded, and today we transplanted our first round of transplants. We have an entire bed of ranunculus. This whole... You guys are crazy. What do you got in your hand? What does he have? We have an entire bed of ranunculus. This got all planted up, and it was pretty impressive with how big and happy they've gotten. You know, a week ago they were barely even started, and at this point they're growing like crazy. This is exciting too. I have a half bed of rudbeckia, and then I also have a half bed of snapdragons. These are the chantilly lace. Oh, we have a bow, and I have a full bow who desperately needs the kisses. We also planted out a bed of bok choy and a bed of kohlrabi.
Okay. Bye bye.
Sam, no, he's
I don't know.
hiding.
Where is Sam?
He's hiding.
Have you seen Sam at all, Leah?
No.
Where could he be hiding?
I feel like I hear or feel a giggle. Whatever, I'm just gonna go on this giant dirt slide. It's alive! Halfway, stop. Then.
I'm feeling pretty tired. I'm getting up a little bit earlier, but I'm not yet used to it, so I'm still going to bed late. So it's this is the point at which it feels hard to keep going. But just because the sun's going down doesn't mean our day is over. I still have more I would like to get done before I give up on the day. Every day there's more eggs to be washed. Every day there's so much watering to be done. And I would like to get another stack of the paper pots rolled up to be able to have something ready for us to do more potting up tomorrow. We're making good progress. It's you know, it's filling up in here. The seedling room is emptying out. Feels like a huge relief to have our employee here this week working with me. It's making this work, you know, actually move forward instead of it feeling like, you know, every day I work all day but no progress gets made. So I'm definitely excited. I'm checking things off the list. I'm making progress for the seedling sale to be ready, for the farm to start producing food. You know, it's just, this is a busy time of year.
I think Fatty's expecting a long-term snuggle there. He's in it for the long haul.
Are you in it for the long haul, Fatty?